Everybody, welcome back to the WGLNA. We just witnessed a 5-0 in favor of Roulette versus RBIS, and we're getting ready for our second matchup tonight, SIMP versus Fun Gaming.
And SIMP, it's time for them to bring it back, to find their place, to get back in that groove that they were in at the beginning of the season, because right now they're in a rut. They're hitting a rough patch, and it's not good. They are losing battle after battle, match after match.
And if they lose tonight, this opens the door. If Hammer Time wins the following match, that SIMP will have to play through the playoffs and not have the auto berth into the finals in San Francisco. As always, please follow us on Twitter at WGLNA, Facebook.com/WGLNA, and make sure to use that hashtag so we can find your tweets and put them up on the broadcast right down below.
Yeah, and of course the question of the day, we've gotten a few good answers already. If you had to choose one person to be a guest caster, who would you choose? We had Deman, we've had, I think, Marcus.
Yeah. Marcus Hecker, Magus, we like to call him. Yeah. He was great at the Global Grand Finals. I hope he joins us there. He's been commentating other leagues, I believe the Russian League and the European League from time to time.
Also, I've commentated with Tofu Smurf from Simple Tankers before. That was fun, the matching shirts that were really lame. Yeah.
We had Froden on the desk earlier on as well, and Greetorf's been able to fill in me a number of times this season. So there's a lot of great talent out there that love World of Tanks. We're very happy to be here twice a week for you guys. It's been a blast so far.
It wouldn't be anywhere else, man.
Me either. Me either, as we continue to see these teams form new strategies, new metas, and to see these new freshman teams really rise to the occasion. It's great to see. And also, it'll be great to see you guys coming to join us at the Folsom Street Foundry in San Francisco. And you have an opportunity to join us via a tournament. What better way than to fight your way into making it to San Francisco? All you have to do is go to worldoftanks.com, click tournaments. Under tournaments, you'll see WGLNA. You'll see this win a trip to the WGLNA Gold League Finals. Click that. All the information you need to register. It's a 3 versus 3 tournament, and the trip includes airfare, hotel accommodations, and transportation from your hotel to join us at the Folsom Street Foundry.
Yeah, and it looks like it's Tier 7 SPGs, tank destroyers, heavy tanks, and medium tanks. Light tanks up to Tier 6 on map steps and Siegfried Line.
We have the face-off ready between our two team representatives. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Let's start with SIMP. We have Laps hiding behind either a really big check or something else joining him here. Laps, your team has been one of the heralds when it comes to World of Tanks esports throughout your entire career. You guys know pressure probably better than anybody here in this entire league. You've been on stage a number of times. You even won a season. Tonight, if you lose and Hammer Time wins, you're out of the auto berth. You have to fight your way through the playoffs. Does that affect you in any way? Does that affect your team in any way?
Oh, yeah. I thought about getting a hat this week and trying to eat it on stream, but I got to tell you, I mean, I think last season we stumbled. We ended up not getting the first seed. That's why we ended up facing Fnatic before the finals. This is need to have some humility and try and get our hat back in the ring instead of in my mouth.
So what are you guys doing? What steps is SIMP taking to get back into the position they once held?
I guess trying not to shoot each other. I think we had 4 matches last week where we were putting shots in the back of an ally.
That's about correct.
I think Fej went down, or was it? I forget who. There was some Crimson and Fej interaction that went poorly.
There was a Blue Boys one as well.
Yeah.
Well, better to get all that stuff out of the system now compared to that stuff happening either in the playoffs or the finals. So just shake it off, as T-Swift says, and let's check in with Shedamon, your opponents tonight from Fun Gaming. You guys have had an up and down career so far in this season, and right now you're in 11th place. You have to win in order to make it into the playoffs. How does that affect your team?
Well, it's a kind of pressure because 2 weeks ago we were at the 3rd place, now we're at 11th, and as you have mentioned, we have to win today to get to the playoffs and have a chance to fly to the San Francisco to play the LAN. We will try our best. I don't know what I can say more.
Do you guys think that you can play against the current level of SIMP? Do you guys think you can defeat this and continue on?
We at least would try to play at this level. Defeating or losing the game, it doesn't really matter, because if we play at Simps level, we will win.
All right. Good to hear from you, Shenamon. Any words for your opponents tonight?
Good luck and have fun playing with us.
Any words, Laps?
Yeah, good luck and have fun. And I don't want to jinx my team anymore. After all the confidence out there, I might just roll.
All right, we'll take that.
Thing, so.
We'll take that. Good luck and have fun to both you gentlemen. We'll see you on the battlefield. Ooh, you know, Laps has been one of the best characters we have in the entire league, but you can see it in his eyes, the nervousness that he has for his team playing tonight.
He's like, don't say anything to jinx him. Make sure I don't say anything about my team.
And Liebestad said the same thing on Tuesday as well for Hammer Time. Is like, oh yeah, every time I've said this, this happens. So I gotta stop saying that.
A little bit that player superstition, like your warm-up routine. I go and play, you know, a Chaffee, or I would play, you know, some T1s before going into a professional match or something. I know some people have listened to some Tay Swifty. I know a number of Simp guys have a thing for Tay Swifty. Listen to that before the match. That'll get you pumped up. If that's what you need, sure.
Well, Roulette had a very kind of blasé, like, we'll take whatever comes attitude. It worked out for them 5-0. This matchup, I feel, will be the standard, really, for Simp and how they're going to perform against Fun Gaming. And Fun Gaming, if they're able to win this will be a big boon for their team, possibly their entry into the playoffs. We see the rosters for both teams there. You mentioned Blue Boys captain with that unfortunate team death that had happened. And Laps had mentioned that last 4 battles, last 4 matches it's happened.
They've been getting team damage. They've been getting team kills. They're not playing as together as they usually can. Yeah. Usually you would see them be able to move in such a way to avoid such situations and time it right, but they're off right now. They're not playing like the real Simp we know they can be.
Well, Fun Gaming has had some experience in lands in Russia, and they want to have an experience in North America, and they want to win this game tonight. Here we go, match number 2 of the night, battle 1 between Simp and Fun Gaming. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, we'll have 2 5100s in IS-3, 3 1390s, and a T-37 for Simp. Very bursty lineup for them, as they will be on the defense. On the attack, Fun Gaming is going to be taking a 5100, 3 RU-251s, a T-49, and 2 M41 Walker Bulldogs.
Watching Facepalm right now in the T-49. As they're cruising up right through the F crossroads, they're going right for the Delta Village and a little bit south of it towards that flag cap, trying to head off Simp a little bit here. And they're going to reveal their position briefly and continue to move.
From here, they're actually going to have good control. Simp is very far back, which is a little worrying. They might not be able to react as quickly as they like, but this could work out to be a trap if Fun Gaming gets a little aggressive, doesn't realize what's really there.
Go PvP, taking out a little bit of the fence there. And Simp, because of the defender advantage, they can wait for Fun Gaming to make the first move, at least over to the north. But you'll notice the spread coming from Simp. They have the north flag cap completely covered, but then they have Heavy 20 and Blue Boys captain moving towards that flag cap and perhaps creating a swinging flank that can move either into the F crossroads or further south to punish the placement of Fun Gaming at this moment.
Yeah, this is going to be hit squad. Blue Boys, Heavy 20, Mac. Between the 3 of them, if they find Dantist, for example, Dantist being in an M41, yeah, he could maybe take on Mac, but with backup like he has, and now they have found him, Mac might take a lot of damage for this. If he stays safe, I think we can recover from this. Or, sorry, Simp can take off this and not worry too much about Mac. But bring Heavy 20 into the mix, and that's plenty of damage. He doesn't get a chance to deal nearly enough. He does verify that there are 3 light tanks on this side of the map, though, which could be information that Fun Gaming can use to either choose to attack, retreat, flex back, or even just simply respond and prepare to receive this kind of an attack. I think something is in order, though. There's a decision needing to be made. There's this Simp pulling out something which can be dangerous.
Well, Inside's going to slowly push up here and look for some engagement, some opening, but SIMP is going to move in. 8 seconds left. SIMP has got to get the reset here. 5 seconds left. Fej moves in and gets one reset. A shot misses from Snow, and here comes the hit squad push coming from SIMP. Blue Boys captain has one shot remaining, and that big shot from that T-49 will heavily devastate Fej. He's still alive, but has 3 shots left. He has one possible angle against inside. He's dancing back and forth, and the rest of SIMP continues the engagement. They've stopped Fun Gaming's attack on that flag cap, and all SIMP tanks are still left alive. There goes Fej. Yarrick and Snow fall, and 2 tanks remain. Big shot from that T-49 against Blue Boys captain.
Yeah, Facepalm making it on the move, but there's not a way to recover from this. Inside's going to be able to do some damage, but Facepalm needs another about 20 seconds to be able to fire once more. Stay moving. Inside, though, maybe taking down Blue Boys could help them in this situation.
Blue Boys captain is reloaded. And Mac G and Blue Boys will pepper the sides of inside. Adroxus misses his shot into the dirt, and Facepalm is on the run. Only 1 tank remains for Fun Gaming, and the cleanup crew of SIMP's going to push in. So, Randall, the aggression from Fun Gaming was good, at least to start. They were trying to take control of what was on the battlefield. But did they have too many tanks on the flag cap that took too much damage? Because SIMP rolled in, and they were just annihilating it.
No, SIMP brought a proper response, something that is a little bit different from usual. The hit squad coming from the flank, led by Mac. You have a bad timing with Dantis getting caught out on a scout run and not able to escape, not being able to find anyone to help him out. That's 1 tank down. It does reveal something, but Fun Gaming doesn't choose to alter their course from that little bit of information. And so, when finally they're flanked, when that comes in, SIMP is able to get the shots landed, and they're able to tear apart their opponent.
Droxus gets the final shot, and SIMP puts the point on the board. But adding more to that, I can appreciate the decisiveness at least coming from Fun Gaming. Even though it was the wrong decision, at least they were all making it together as a team.
You're right. It was not something where you saw Fun Gaming kind of get scared and then perform poorly. They were in a bad position. They did what they could. I had to appreciate Inside making some good connections. Also, focus fire from Fun Gaming to try and hold that cap and keep with it. But SIMP, at the last few seconds, right when it counted, did make the right connection, spread the damage, got MacG in the backfield. Then just Fun Gaming didn't have anywhere to go. They're in the open. When you're caught on a cap point, trying to get that kind of a victory, a cap victory, and you lose all those cap points, you know you're not going to be able to get them back, usually it's over. Because whatever position your opponent's taken up to defend is probably a lot stronger than whatever you have at your disposal.
Yeah, and that strength on Ruinberg is so effective when you're coming from the ruins at that time, or even from the Eastern Village and knowing how to defend. The tough part is deciding, okay, do we go for that flag cap in the northwest, or do we try for the one in the southeast? What's our approach? How do we stay hidden? There's a lot of things to factor in the beginning 2 minutes of Ruinberg in comparison to like Prohorovka or even Himmelsdorf, where it's almost predictable what's going to happen.
You have to blitz to a cap. You can't afford to play around for too long. Your opponent's going to hide in a very specific area in the northeast, and they don't have to go too far in order to respond to either cap. Otherwise, you're just going to have to try and dig them out. It's not going to work.
Yeah. Battle number 2 is about ready to begin on Ruinberg. SIMP is up 1-0 against Fun Gaming. Once again, Randall, what do they bring for tanks?
Well, they have brought two 5100s, an IS-3, two 1390s, and a T-37. SIMP defending in the red. Fun Gaming, blue attacking, will have a 5100, 2 IS-3s. They'll bring an Object 416 this time, 2 RU-251s, and now a KV-2 played by Funny Bunny. So that's a changeup. A pretty significant changeup. Bringing the KV-2 with light tanks and low armor tanks on the battlefield could be effective. Against an IS-3, less so, but really it probably pays for itself if it gets 3 or 4 shells to land. Otherwise, if it finds a light tank, that'll be phenomenal for that KV-2.
The best caster would be Morgan Freeman, because Morgan Freeman. That one coming from Tree Healer 05.
You couldn't hear it, but I had these little tiny clappers.
I could see
clapping them together.
I could see it. And here's the opening movement coming from Fun Gaming that we can see on the screen. Snow and Dantis heading towards that northern village, while the rest have chosen to stay in the Bravo or Charlie section of the map. North side push coming from Fun Gaming. Complete reversal of what they did in battle number 1, but SIMP and their defenses are ready for this attack.
Exactly. Brodus, Crimson Corsair, Adroxus, all moving in to get ready to stop that cap, deal with Dantist and Snow, while the rest of Fun Gaming is getting set up. They know there's a KV2 out there. 5100s, because of that, are probably scared to peek out too far and expose themselves, because that HE shell will hurt.
There's a trigger coming from Fun Gaming. Go PvP is hit for 349, saying, hey, get out of the cap box, get off of our flag cap. Another shot, and he gets hit for 288. Fun Gaming trying to return fire and punish Simp, but Go PvP is so low that he is not going to be that effective on that in that position right now. He's trying to back up, and a missed shot coming from Adroxus, and he's getting punished on the side. But look at the hit squad again from Fej and Mac G, who can slowly push up against the distracted Fun Gaming.
Exactly. Mac gets a little bit of damage out there. Fej is moving actually even further west and north. With him, Blue Boys in just a moment. Between the two of them, they're going to be able to just remove 2 tanks from the battlefield and leave. Now Heavy 20 showing up, and that's 4 light tanks from Simp.
Look at the amount of damage that Brodus has taken, though, and Snow's going to push in. He wants to kill against this 5100.
Exactly. The northeast is where Fun Gaming can win this battle. If they take down Brodus, Crimson, and they do this effectively, you're going to see Simp left only with their light tanks. The heavy
Crimson
damage
Corsair
dealers
moves in front of Brodus. Brodus had a bounce shot off of Snow, and he stays alive for a couple more shots, and that's it for Brodus. But Crimson Corsair has 3 shells left. Danis falls. Adroxus waiting for the other shot against Snow. Danis could get a shot against Crimson, but will not destroy his tank. And Crimson holds and gets the kill, and Adroxus can move in. Beautiful play from Simp. Great patience and using the corner game.
And real quick, Mac G pushes out, takes the fire from Funny Bunny. That's worth it. Paying for himself, allowing Heavy 20 to move in, and now even Blue Boys. They are able to pick up Funny Bunny and now transition on to taking down inside. That 5100 won't stand a chance against these two 1390s.
Danis is down. Only 1 tank remains in the center after inside falls, and that's Yarek. Adroxus and Crimson Corsair will be reloading, but the surround from Simp will be able to close this out. Fun Gaming was trading fire effectively for a very short amount of time, but that hit squad from Simp, as you mentioned, moved in at the right time. But that play from Crimson Corsair was beautiful. A little bit of luck, though, because of that bounce shot against the AMX 5100.
Yeah, of course. I think that Simp handled themselves perfectly, and that's what won the match. Or, sorry, the battle. Shouldn't get ahead of myself
Shouldn't
here.
get ahead of ourselves here. Only 2 battles so far have happened in match 2.
And it's a defense on Ruinberg, somewhere where you can generally expect the defenders to have an advantage in that.
Look at this play, Randall. Snow misses that shot. He bounces that shot, and another bounce. Finally, Brodus goes down, but Crimson Corsair has enough shots to continue to be a menace to the Fun Gaming Society in this northern village. Again, I have to point out how decisive Fun Gaming is in their strategies and positioning and what they're bringing to the table. They're playing their game. It's not necessarily working against Simp, but at least they're doing something that's cohesive as a team.
Exactly, and they did have the potential to win that situation. Had Crimson Corsair not played so well, on top of that, by the way, he does get 2,132 damage, 2 kills as well, which is top for his team by a large margin. Not direct hits to penetrations working out great for him, but he still leads the way. Behind him is 1,500, far less, and the top for Fun Gaming is Yarek with 1,500 as well. So Crimson standing out in this battle. I think that he is responsible for Simp winning this one quite so cleanly. If they lose in the Northeast, if Fun Gaming takes control of that, they don't have to worry about an attack on 2 fronts. They get to worry now about just taking on one side, dealing with those light tanks, keeping them at bay, and not having to worry about those 5100s who have so much damage to deal. The IS-3, who is just so brutal every time it hits. Once those are out of the way, much easier to win for Fun Gaming.
The 2-battle shift continues, though, as we move into battle number 3, where Simp will be on the attack. Fun Gaming will be on the defense here on Ruinberg. Randall, battle 3, what do we have for tanks?
We have 2 5100s, 3 IS-3s, a 1390, and a T-37 for Simp, the red team now attacking. Fun Gaming in the blue defending this time. We'll have 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, a T-54 lightweight, a T-49, and a T-37. A very light defensive lineup next to the much heavier IS-3 lineup of Simp. And they're going to be taking part of that lineup north, part of that lineup east. Absolute Royal, heavy 20 in IS-3s across the F-road. Crimson Corsair looked like he was going to go with them, but I think an audible might have been called, or maybe this is his intended position to hold back.
Shot fired from that T-49 facepalm is hit. Or whatever shot him. That was a big hit against that tank. He's going to pull back.
IS-3s, man. They hit hard. And in the north, real quick, we do have Blue Boys, I believe, taking on Funny Bunny. Nice hit. Taking out half of Funny Bunny's hit points. If Funny Bunny goes down, I think Simp can control the north and bring support fire from the southwest. That would be able to control that area of the map. This is a good way to approach it as opposed to going all in from the north. Take some tanks across the middle. Take control of that area. This is the same way the north controls that portion. They have multiple angles covering that cap so that there is no approach to it that you can take that will allow you to safely...
There's the shot.
Whoa.
Facepalm is able to land a big hit against MacG, destroys his tank in one hit. That T-49 is full of quite a lot of power. And now he's going to move as he continues to wait for the reload, which will be finished now, as Yarick is in serious trouble with the amount of damage been done to his tank. He gets hit again for 411.
That's Adroxus from the cap. Adroxus is hiding behind the wreck of MacG. So MacG has taken fire for him. If another shell lands, Facepalm can get some damage on Adroxus. He has the angle, but he also has to worry about that they did not destroy the supplies on cap. And that could work to stop Facepalm's HE shells from connecting properly. And actually, I think Adroxus is going to shift Mac's wreck to create some better cover for him.
Facepalm continues to slowly move forward. He sees Blue Boy's captain, tries to line up a shot. Unfortunately, it's a miss due to the nature of the accuracy on those T-49 guns.
He could have even been going for Adroxus. I mean,
possibly
the
try to get a reset.
Now, looks like there's going to be an engagement. Heavy 20 is taking damage with Absolute Royal in the mid.
3 seconds to go.
And now, inside Snow, they take him down. But they will take down Facepalm.
Base has been captured. Simp takes the battle. And they possibly could have taken the brawl as well, but that's what mattered in the end, getting that flag cap. And Simp now leads 3-0.
It's hard to tell with the brawl. When they lost the middle like that,
it is hard. We can safely say that Fun Gaming was going to make them fight for the brawl victory.
We were looking at a situation which was possibly going to wind up with some kind of 1v1, because in the end, looking at the damage dealt, you have a number of tanks dealing 1 or 2 shells of damage, and then you have only a few members on Simp's side dealing a large amount of damage, Crimson, Adroxus, and Heavy 20. Of course, Heavy 20 went down. Adroxus was still doing fine, but Absolute also going down while doing a little bit more damage. I think Fun Gaming was about to hit a momentum, just kind of a push, where they were about to get a little bit of a lead in that battle, lose some of that momentum out of their autoloaders, and then Simp was going to find their way back into the battle, where it could have ended up somewhere around a 1v1. But of course, the cap from Simp is the real winner here. I could be just going on a tangent about what could have happened, not what really did.
Well, we can only theory craft so much, and we can only analyze those last few moments before the flag cap happens. You think, okay, if there was no flag cap happening, how would it have played out? But it comes down to the individual performance and choices that happen. And then when you have this scenario of a flag cap, sacrificially, Simp may be taking more damage, but they know they're trying to stall to have the flag cap happen. And that's tactfully what you have to do.
Exactly. Like putting those IS-3s down south will prevent tanks that went to the East Village from transitioning back to safely take control of the cap again, without taking much fire. They'll take a lot of fire. You'll lose a tank or two in that. And so that's actually really great for Simp. They will have to balance the risk, though, that the tanks they put down there will probably die to whatever decides to engage with them.
Simp leads the series 3-0. In battle number 4, they will continue to attack Fun Gaming on the defense. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
Well, we have 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, a 1390, RU-251, and a 5916 for Simp, who are on the attack still. Fun Gaming for their final chance at Ruinberg. 2 5100s, 3 IS-3s, a T-54 lightweight, and a T-37. So a little switch up. Now Simp is a little lighter, Fun Gaming a little heavier, realizing that, well, maybe they didn't have enough hit points, not enough armor. And look, another tweet here from Wig, asking, if you can't get Quickie Baby to announce, I would have to vote for William Shatner. The captain is real.
Good job. I worked with Quickie Baby at Gamescom. Very nice guy. Good head on his shoulders. And people really love to watch him play tanks.
Look at this. Shots
Funny
fired.
Bunny, so low on hit points. Simp, they are really showing their teeth here in this matchup, because if Simp wins, they're going to San Francisco. Done. Period. Over with. They're going. And so you know how much is on the line for them to play their heart out here. And the same for Fun Gaming. If they win, Fun Gaming wins, then they are going to the playoffs. But even a tiebreaker win right now, I don't think Fun Gaming is going to make it. So Fun Gaming can't win this. They still have one more battle to play, but it's going to be tough. Inside takes a hit. He's going to fall back a little bit.
Yeah, I got to give it to Crimson Corsair finding the angle just to barely sneak that shot in there. I don't even know if he had the tank spotted. He just fired. I think knowing that the angle existed, he could find something there. It's a common place to sit, but that it's not a common place to take fire from, especially through the very tight position that he is firing. Let's see if I can even figure out this angle for us.
Another shot. That one does not ring true. And another one. They are keeping Fun Gaming pinned down in the Delta Village. But SIMP, as the attackers, do not have time on their side. 5 minutes and 11 seconds. Plenty of time for them to make a decision, though. Yark fires back. That shot does not connect. And Fun Gaming continues to hold.
And now we have SIMP also searching for some kind of an opening. You see that opening into the south really didn't find much success. They realized it was a situation where they could lose in the style that I believe the first time we saw SIMP lose this season was there were some battles on Ruinberg that were in question, and that was like the timed out match, I believe, where we had tanks where Dantist currently is, and SIMP wasn't able to deal with that. They walked into the position, attempted cap, and failed. I think they might be a little wary of trying to get into that same scenario again and finding themselves losing the same way, so they're going to actually avoid the southeast cap in that way and instead go north. So we have Fedge and Blue Boys going for facepalm, and we do have a good reaction from Fun Gaming. They're predicting this motion Yarick inside, moving north to cover the cap and perhaps react to Blue Boys and whatever other tanks are going to be up in Alpha 7-8.
Fun Gaming still holding in that Delta Village. They know that Adroxus is, or somebody at least, is on the flag cap. Fej is the only tank that was spotted. Now Blue Boys and Brodus have been spotted on the side of SIMP.
And they'll try and keep whatever tanks they can at bay. I like that Brodus is in the middle. He's going to start taking fire, though.
Snow unfortunately killed Funny Bunny.
What? How?
I don't know. I think they were trying to target Brodus, but Brodus went down. Maybe a bounce shot could have happened. But Snow is going to continue to fire. They have one more shot left in his tank, and Danis will push up against Mac G. Mac G takes a big hit, but Danis gets tracked as Crimson Corsair is covering Mac G's retreat. That's teamwork, folks, as SIMP still stays alive here with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left. Facepalm takes a hit for 283. And now the brawl begins in the north side as Inside and Go PvP will be pushing up, and Snow is getting hit continually.
Well, Facepalm is getting torn apart in the north. Fedge pulling some sick moves inside, taking him down, but now Blue Boys coming back. This could get them the win on the cap. Blue Boys just has to get one kill.
Snow's going to fall back, looking for an opening still. Reset has happened on the flag cap. Blue Boys gets a big hit to the side. Snow is not the killer of Blue Boys. It's Inside that gets it.
Yeah, it's a tight shot to make as well. I'm worried about SIMP on this cap. Adroxus has had to back off. They're not able to put the same pressure onto Fun Gaming, so Fun Gaming doesn't have to attack. They will, though, as they send Go PvP forward, which what do you think of this decision? I'm not sure if it's going to work out for them. They could be throwing Go PvP into a crossfire as Heavy 20 has just started unloading on him.
Yeah, well, they have to do something at least if SIMP is going to approach from another side, but it's only Brodus to the south. They don't know that, per se. So it's a decision that Fun Gaming made, and Go PvP will be at least covered by some of his teammates, and Heavy 20 is taken down by Yarick, and Adroxus is going to peek around the corner.
Yeah, why didn't Adroxus go help and attack as well right when Heavy 20 went out? Because you need to expose, I guess, more tanks to try and draw more fire from other things. Instead, they'll allow Heavy 20 to engage alone without any backup, and because of that, they're going to take more damage now. And
Adroxus is getting destroyed. One more shot and he will fall. SIMP has 1 minute and 35 seconds. They're slightly lower on hit points. They're lower on tanks. They have 3 tanks remaining. Crimson Corsair is the only tank not damaged on the side of SIMP. And Fun Gaming, not only the hit points, but the spread. Ruinberg is not a small map. They can be able to escape and get the victory here.
Yes, they can. Now, Dantis and Brodus have met. Could be a 1v1, but Yarick and Inside could bring their own support from the north, especially if Brodus gets himself on a more elevated position. He's only slightly below cover From this distance, though, a little auto-aim, little HE, might be able to arc a shell right into Brodus.
Well, Snow being left alive with the amount of damage he has dealt has been a huge thorn in the side of SIMP. And SIMP is biding their time. They're waiting for that, for probably Crimson Corsair to be reloaded here.
I don't think they're going to be able to do it. They're going to have to get a large number of kills. Brodus is going to have to kill Dantist, which, if that were an ammo rack, sure. He does track him.
Crimson hit for 321 inside sees him. Crimson's going to peel to the right. And Adroxus is taken down by Yarick, and Crimson continues to push forward. He hasn't fired yet.
Oh, and Brodus does not connect onto Dantist. Dantist also reloads slightly faster than him. And if he gets this kill, oh, not quite, a little bit of a low roll. And Brodus is going to stay alive at 28 with 15-14 left in the battle.
Crimson's up against Yarick. He has 3 shots remaining. 10 seconds left. Crimson doesn't take the shot. Now he gets it over. The dead tank's still burning, and Snow from up top pushes in, gets the kill, and that does it. Fun Gaming is going to finally put a point on the board as SIMP cannot take a full sweep in battle on map number 1, but Steps will be the second map in this series. SIMP will be on the defense, though.
Yeah, Brodus getting outplayed in the south by the T-54 lightweight Dantist, who manages to stay alive on the move the whole time, and SIMP, I think, couldn't really find a groove. And, oh, I see what you're talking about with that team kill now with Snow.
Yep.
That also hurts Fun Gaming's ability to just have a clean finish as opposed to that time one where you're still waiting to see if there's a huge mistake that could be made by Fun Gaming. They don't make a huge mistake. They make some minor plays which are not really agreeable, but I can understand putting Go BBB forward towards the cap makes sense. In the end, it works out better for him because Adroxus comes out after they're able to take down Heavy 20. So it's easy to say that was a good call because it worked out. But I think it was more SIMP's mistake in how to engage in that. It makes more sense to send the IS-3 and the 5100 into the open to take on that IS-3.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah, because
two guns are better than one. That's that principle. But if you take a step back, the amount of damage they were taking from Snow and other long-range fire, it could have been like, hey, man, I got this, and then all of a sudden, oh, no, I'm under attack, stay behind in your IS-3, because sometimes you think 2 or 3 steps ahead, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be if it inhibits what's happening in the moment.
If you don't think about the variations.
Yeah.
If you forget that there are possible other branches of reality you can go into. There's other ways this situation can unfold. There's the shell could pen, it could fail, it could ammo rack in that little rare chance, but sometimes I don't understand. I don't know if it's maybe individual players being allowed to make these decisions or if it's a lack of a decision. Maybe it is the call from the commander saying, Heavy 20, you go out in the open. Or maybe they didn't realize there were that many tanks there. They didn't realize that support fire was watching that lane.
Fun Gaming called the timeout, and their timeout is now finished. We're in the countdown for tank selection right now. In case you guys don't know, a timeout, every team has an opportunity to call a timeout once per match, and that's a 60-second timer. We already have a 60-second timer for tank selection. That's pretty much 2 minutes that they're given to figure out what they want to do. And they were able to take 1 game off of SIMP, yes, in Battle 4, but Steps on defense for SIMP right now, 2 battles away from making it to San Francisco. It's a team that shouldn't be taking any chances right now.
It's a team that shouldn't lose. SIMP on Steps has notoriously been very successful. Now, recently they're not seeing as much, but it is one of their better maps.
The countdown has begun. Battle number 5 on Steps. SIMP leads 3-1. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
Well, we have Pershing 2 1390s, 3 RU-251s, a T-37 for SIMP. On the defense of Steps, Fun Gaming to attack will bring 2 IS-3s, a T-32, 1390, 2 RU-251s, and a T-37. So what do we see for opening moves? Josh.
Fun Gaming in the blue will be heading towards the west side. As well, not necessarily as an entire team. Yarick's heading a little bit north, and Facepalm's going towards the No Man's Road, but it looks like a predominantly western push coming from Fun Gaming.
And from SIMP, it looks like a very standard spread. MacG is going to be heading to a very typical passive spot. He's going to have to back out later, but it looks like an early position to verify what Fun Gaming is getting up to. In the meantime, preparing for actually an east side as opposed to a west side. You're seeing Adroxis looking south, Blue Boys, kind of making little scout runs, kind of peeking up and over just to see what's coming, if anything at all. And then a little blind fire here and there to try and scare anyone who's passive away. And on top of that, no one knows, no one's been spotted. They know there's nothing there watching them.
Slowly but surely moving in together as almost a pride or a herd. Fun Gaming in the west next to those rocks. Simp firing a couple blind shots. None of them connect. Simp hanging back. And it's up to Fun Gaming. As slow as they want to go, as fast as they want to go with these IS-3s. It could be a slow creep to approach that valley side, but it's the one option they have.
Yes. Real quick, Josh. Isn't Fun Gaming symbol a raccoon? Or is that's a raccoon, right?
I think so.
What is, do you know what, like, the
background
term
of why? Or?
No, well, the background one, but the term for a group of raccoons.
No, I don't.
You know, we've got like a herd, we've got like a flock, but what is a group of raccoons known as?
I'm not sure. They're mammals. I don't know if that makes a difference.
No, I don't think it does, because they're just strange words for any group of animals.
Well, what would you call a simp? Simp?
No, it's called a simp.
It's called a simp? All of them together?
A group of simps.
A
group of simps is a simp.
Got it.
Right?
Got it. Well, the group of the simps are hanging back still in that valley, and they have nowhere to, they don't have any motivation to move. And you can't fault them, because as the defenders, they want the guaranteed win. And there is no guarantees in World of Tanks esports. There's only the high probabilities, and the highest probability is for them to sit tight and wait for Fun Gaming to come to them. However, the flip side of that is that Fun Gaming can use that knowledge, that predictability, to be flexible, to be
They can take advantage of it. Yes,
they can take advantage of it.
I see where you're going. They can take their time to get into positions, knowing that Simp is going to play it safe. They're not going to take risks. They're not going to go outside of what is proven to work. And on top of being proven to work, they're going to do their job, the due diligence of keeping track of their borders, keeping track of the flanks, all of the right approaches. So, Fun Gaming needs to account for that and try and, play the head game, play the cerebral game. They will try and work with the timings. Maybe get on cap. A cap fast isn't a bad call, really. You've got Funny Buddy, that T-37, which is so tall, able to hide Dantis, at least from one angle. And so you're going to have to see Mac move on up, start spotting the cap, support fire moving in. Funny Bunny also positioning her turret.
Ooh, MacG very, very low on hit points. 3 of those shots landed true. And he's going to slowly move forward in that Tier 6 tank. And now, Funny Bunny taken down by Blue Boys captain, and MacG falls as well.
You know what? That actually is going to reset the cap, because the turret blows off the T-37, lands on Dantis, deals some damage, and also removes the amazing cover that was there. The T-37's turret was the important part of this succeeding. And because it's gone, Dantis will not be able to make this fast cap work. Fun Gaming, this is one of those situations on cap where you're like, okay, the fast cap can work. We've got perfect cover for our 1390. He's got just enough cover, his turret, everything. But the second the turret gets blown off from an ammo rack, that throws your entire plan out the window. And
Adroxis hit for 206. Simp still not really leading the charge yet, because the amount of damage that's being done against them. But now the north side is trying to sweep in to stop this flag cap coming from Fun Gaming, as Adroxis is holding on as long as he can. Danis gets hit again. Facepalm is spotted.
Yeah, Facepalm's going to be taken down very quickly. From there, I think that's going to give Simp the control they need to dominate this map. They will have the hull down. They're going to be able to keep Adroxis safe, but they need to worry about spreading the hit points. If they can keep that up and they can keep Adroxis alive a little bit longer, they can do much better in this battle.
Oh, inside now moving in. He's going to be loaded, and Adroxis will fall. And no traded shots coming towards inside. There's another miss coming from Simp. 1 minute and 58 seconds here.
And notice how Simp is playing this. They're going to use their light tanks to their advantage, the proper advantage, which is their mobility. There's IS-3s here. You don't want to be taking light tanks face-to-face with IS-3s. They will defeat you. They're at least in great numbers, and great numbers here is 3. A T-32 and 2 IS-3s. They'll remove Crimson Corsair from the battlefield in a volley. Maybe he stays alive for a little while longer, but you've got light tanks to support that. So you as Simp need to put distance between you and these IS-3s. You need to kind of draw them out, kite them, deal damage as much as you can while not taking any in return is at least ideal.
Crimson Corsair continues to fire into these tanks. Now 3 of them are on the flag cap. Simp is close enough to get the reset, but they can't miss. They can't play around. They can't wait. They can't hesitate. They have got to get the reset now. Heavy 20 looking for a shot. Crimson Corsair still in trouble. Go PvP's on the reload. Crimson can take advantage of this if a bounce happens.
Oh, that's a fizzle hitting the spaced armor. Unfortunately, the RU-251...
5 seconds left, and now the reset happens. Blue Boy's captain's going to get destroyed very quickly, and they need another reset. Heavy 20's still trying to get it. And Go PvP takes down Crimson Corsair. Danis falls. 2 tanks against 3, 2 on the side of Fun Gaming here. And another reset, and Simp has 30 seconds to continue to cinch it. They got this.
I would hope so. That's the problem. They need to run away. Heavy 20.
They have to get away.
Yeah,
Heavy 20 and Fej have got to run away, but there's no way that Fun Gaming can capture the flag cap. Absolute Royal is going to be destroyed here in a matter of seconds.
I mean, ideally, you're seeing Absolute Royal do a rather good job at staying alive and being as annoying as possible, wasting time. Crimson Corsair did the same thing. They weren't able to 1v1 in IS-3. Very difficult, especially in an RU, but it's working out. Now Heavy 20 has stayed behind.
And
Shots fired.
that's it. Simp.
Okay.
Yeah. Time stopped, Randall.
No, time continues
stopped.
for me. I continue watching. They play until that clock is done.
Yeah, and
you can tell.
It ended, and Simp will take the battle victory. Fun Gaming's definitely makes Simp fight for this, and I really, really liked how they were able to at least counter, at least try to shift away from that northern push coming from Simp, and they were really forcing Simp to engage because of that flag cap.
Yeah, they were, but things didn't work out very well for Fun Gaming. I think this one's a little happenstance. The ammo rack on a T-37, it does have a soft ammo rack, which explodes often. But the turret coming off, that really throws Fun Gaming off. They were depending on the turret to remain on the tank, but an ammo rack, of course, changes everything. Because of that, they actually, you have to give them credit for shifting position to a new cap place where they were hoping to hold. But Go PvP doesn't get his kill fast enough. Other members of the team don't get the focus fire needed to get some kills. Heavy 20 remains alive. He goes down, it's much easier for these guys to deal with the problem that they have. Absolute Royal staying alive longer. Every single member of Simp individually, I think, made this battle what it was. They did their job a lot of the time without any support, and that was what they did so well. Because members of Fun Gaming were outplayed, or maybe not even outplayed in such a way that RU beats an IS-3.
Just in those different sections,
yeah,
they were outplayed.
Played for time, for time, got a little more time, wasted a little more time, and that's all it was. It wasn't even about getting the kills.
And Simp was able to accomplish another battle victory. They're one battle victory away from guaranteeing their spot in San Francisco on March 15th for our finals. 18 seconds remain for the countdown. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
Well, we have a Pershing, 2 1390s, 3 RU-251s, and a T-37 for Simp on their final defense. Very light lineup. Fun Gaming, 2 1390s, 4 RU-251s, and a T-37. There's a light, fast lineup. They're planning to blitz their opponent, catch them off guard, and go for the big brawl. That's all this can be. They can't waste time. They can't let this go to a draw. That's it. Charge the opponent, catch them, fight. It's my prediction here.
Fun Gaming is heading up the west side again. Now heading north in this section, using those rocks as cover. Look at that northern placement coming from Simp. I think they're going to want to meet them out in the open. I think they want to brawl.
Here it's going to happen. Right there. And we'll see them fight. It's going to be possibly a retreat afterwards from Fun Gaming. We'll see how this one winds up.
Mac G has been spotted, and so has Facepalm, and Simp knows there is heavy presence from Fun Gaming in this section, and only 3 tanks have been seen from Simp.
This is not a situation I think Fun Gaming should take the fight unless we see some tanks overexpose themselves, like Heavy 20 staying up maybe too long, or Fej exposing himself a little too long and going down. That could work out as a mistake from Simp to help Fun Gaming, but Fun Gaming is caught in a position that doesn't afford them the advantages they need. If they attack, they walk into open ground. If Simp attacks, they have approaches they can take which will work for them. So we're going to see that retreat from Fun Gaming, and they're going to need to find another approach. They're going to need to find another vantage. They're going to maybe leave someone behind. Looks like Facepalm and Inside are going to just hold back for a moment to make sure Simp isn't going to be able to damage them too much. for just being there.
This is a retreat that you talked about. Go PvP will be leading it, and SIMP now has complete northern control of the map. Fun Gaming has about 2 options. Use the No Man's Road, which could become like shooting fish in a barrel on the bottleneck effect,
Yeah,
or use that Eastern Valley.
Yeah, I'd expect the same one. The Eastern Valley is the call I would go for, but you could also slow it down in the way that Fun Gaming is going for. This is something unexpected. This is something that is unusual. Most teams don't go for it. You're actually defending as the attacker for a little while, just trying to waste a little time and let SIMP react or overreact to what you're bringing to him. So they're going to send Absolute Royal off to the far east, where he's going to be in a high ground where he's going to take some time to get out of there. The rest of SIMP is going to set up so that they're ready for a southern attack. In the meantime, Fun Gaming can reapproach and reassess the situation, scout this out, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to spend time that they would have gone east, taking damage or starting a fight, to just go back to the same spot. So they're playing with the heads of SIMP, saying, they'll predict us going east, let's not. And it's not even that kind of you think, I think, that you think, that I think, that you think. It's just a very simple, you think, I'm going to do this instead.
It's controlling behavior, and SIMP was able to control that behavior of Fun Gaming at the beginning with their placement in the north. And now since they moved back, Fun Gaming has to slowly creep up and think, okay, we don't see any tanks yet. They must have moved. And what does that do? That cuts 3 minutes out of the battle. Now we're past the 4-minute mark, and Fun Gaming is almost resetting what they're doing.
Yes, but is it really to... It benefits SIMP in the time, yes, but it benefits Fun Gaming in the fact that they haven't been caught in an engagement that is going to go poorly for them. They haven't fallen into the trap SIMP set. And it's not such a well-hidden trap from SIMP, but just a trap in which, if they attack,
sure,
they won't realize until they're into it.
Fun Gaming made the right decision, but either way, SIMP still gives a benefit of those 3 minutes.
Yes, and then if you look at the hit points as well, Fun Gaming is at a disadvantage. They have taken a few hits here and there. Yes, SIMP has taken a little damage, MacG being that one. It's not that much, though. And now I think SIMP is going to be able to reply to this cap fast, and they should be able to stop it.
Well, there's no tanks that are riding the hold-down position that now have to move in that section. A little bit surprised they didn't at least keep one tank close enough to scout, but now shots are being fired, and a reset does happen.
Dantist was hitting passive. He had to jump off because he started taking fire, assuming he was spotted. Because there's a slight delay on Sixth Sense. You don't know exactly the moment you're spotted.
Here comes Blue Boy's captain.
He gets the spots. Everyone's lit.
7 seconds left. 1 reset. However, those 2 tanks need to be hit. And Funny Buddy again, so low. Danis tries to move up to block, but he can't. Inside in snow, now taking damage from SIMP from a distance. 31 seconds left on that flag cap. Now 20. As SIMP needs to get another reset. Blue Boy's captain's close enough to get it. They have to continue. They have to get a shot on inside, and they do. Another nice shot from Fej from long range.
Perfect, perfect. Now, I'm waiting for Blue Boys maybe to move up. He's fully loaded. He could start his engagement, and Dantis is running on 4 shells, meaning Blue Boys, if he can force a miss, could do this. Now, Heavy 20 is going to move in as well at full health. He has only 4 shells, but the health pool to begin an engagement on a tank. MacG can bring in some fire from the south and engage on tanks like Insight, Go PvP, and Snow, who are about to come in on Blue Boys and Heavy 20.
Heavy 20 continues to take the majority of hits from Fun Gaming. Yarrick is in the backfield, but Snow, Go PvP, and Danis push up. Go PvP takes down Blue Boys captain. Heavy 20 could be the next target. He's on the reload now. Crimson Corsair and Absolute Royal and the RU-251s, the consistent fire tanks, trying to return that damage against Fun Gaming. Fej as well, trying to land some shots. Absolute Royal is down. Adrox is now going to push up. And SIMP has 4 tanks remaining to 6 of Fun Gaming, and there's only 1 minute and 20 seconds. Adroxis, I guess, is going to try to hold as long as he can against these tanks, but he doesn't have a whole lot of hit points left at about half health right now. Snow, Go PvP, can try to get the kill, and Yarrick's on the run from Adroxis, and Adroxis falls. There's now 1 minute and 5 seconds, and only 2 tanks remain from SIMP.
Yeah, MacG on the far southwest, and Fej all the way on the other side of the map in the east. Chances are, I don't think they're going to be able to really stop them. Although Mac could take Inside out. He doesn't have... How many hit points is that? That's 160.
He needs to move now. He's staying in one spot.
No, Mac's moving though. Mac's just gotten by Inside. He's going to be able to approach the cap. He could get the necessary resets, and if he finds the right target, perhaps even 1 or 2 kills. Especially if Fej can live, because what is Fedge actually up to right now?
Fedge has 457 hit points, and he's staying on the other flag cap. Here comes MacG from around the corner.
This is a different approach from what most will attempt. He's up. He's found a target. And
he fires and he gets the reset, and it's not enough. And Fedge is destroyed, and that's it. Fun Gaming takes battle number 6, and Simp is unable to get the victory. Fun Gaming barely stays alive here.
Part of me was thinking that it was going to be that moment like we saw last season with Fedge and Mac both alive at the end, getting the crucial kill or making that crucial play to get the win. But it was just barely off. He could have gotten a kill slowing the cap time. And Fedge, I think maybe it's hard to judge what Fedge did. We didn't pay enough attention to what he was doing.
Well, he knew where Dantis was, or maybe had an inkling of where he was. He found him, and Dantis killed him.
Yeah.
But he was covering the other flag cap just in case, I guess, of another approach. But Simp, I have no idea why not even one tank in some sort of hold-down position wasn't watching the other flag cap. It wasn't punishing any of the movement coming on the western side.
It's not even that. I think just Simp's coordination in that brawl was not really there. They were playing on the same team, but it didn't feel like a unified front. I didn't feel any focus fire coming in. Damage was being spread everywhere. It didn't seem like Simp had a goal in mind. They were fighting, and that was it. They were just fighting things. Yep. In the same way that you'll go into kind of a pub match and you'll just shoot at the enemy. Whatever pops up, hit it whack-a-mole style.
When they moved from that northern position, after they had stopped Fun Gaming and completely went to the east, they waited. Yeah. And they waited, and they waited, and they waited, and nothing happened until Fun Gaming put their tanks on the flag cap. That's too much time to allow your enemy team to have so much free range on the map. It's way too much time.
Exactly. You don't want to give them a moment. You don't want to let them do as they please. You want to force them to make decisions based on pressure you put. If you have cover fire on a section of the map, they won't go into it. They know they'll take damage. So you take advantage of that. You put someone covering a position, you remove them, move it somewhere else. After you force them, to go all the way to the east, you're waiting there or something. Anything. Just try and bring that next level, because Simp's not doing something to defeat Fun Gaming before they even have the engagement. It doesn't feel like they're on that next level right now. It feels like they're just kind of here.
Well, it's going to take us to battle number 7, as Simp now will be on the attack, Fun Gaming on the defense here on Steps. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
Well, we do have an interesting surprise. Okay, so first we'll get with Simp. Now, on the attack, 1390, 4 RU-251s, 2 M41 Walker Bulldogs. Fun Gaming will have 2 T-32s, a T-69, 1390, 2 RU-251s, and an M44. Instead of their usual AMX F3, which is... It seems like the kind of thing that I would expect from them.
A group of raccoons is known as a gaze. Well, thank you, Wig 1971.
I'm writing this one down. I'm never going to forget. Promise.
Look at this push coming from Fun Gaming now, trying to put Facepalm up on the mountain.
Oh, okay. That's adorable.
Facepalm's track still trying to catch the top of that mountain as they continue to push with this train. Can Facepalm make it up there?
Yo, he can. It'll happen.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Just gotta believe.
That's the sound of all these engines. I think they've stalled.
No, they're moving slowly. Just wiggle. Facepalm, just wiggle. Turn left, turn or right. Pick a direction. Just.
There we go. He did it. All right. And look at all the tanks fall back together.
Yes, and that's the advantage of Simp, of knowing that Simp isn't going to blitz you. Although, if they had, it would have made a lot of sense. Now, Facepalm, from this position, is on raised terrain. There are some pros and cons. He cannot fire into certain sections of the map. He won't be able to get his gun over, for example, to his immediate left. The mountain is a little high. I don't think that all of the angles usually available to a tank on exactly that terrain level will be available. He's going to have trouble firing into low ground. Now, he does fire off blind into the northwest, where he's not going to find anything. And I think that northwestern position, about Alpha 3, which you'll see many RU-251s go up into, could be the single angle that could take him out. Now let's actually let's take a look at this one more time.
This horsepower. So all this horsepower working together to get that one tank up to the top.
So Fun Gaming in the last season used to do something like this a lot as well. We used to see them on Mines. taking advantage of the terrain to try and put tanks into weird positions. So it's nice to see them doing something like that again. It shows me that they're kind of getting back into that groove, knowing where the exact spots in every map.
This was the fun gaming that we saw from Season 4.
Yeah.
Especially on mines, as you just mentioned. But now all that stuff's coming back to my mind of, oh yeah, I remember putting those tanks up there.
Yeah, I remember when that started to become a thing after people realized, wait, we can do that.
Yeah, well, that was definitely a European strategy that's made its way over to America.
I'll not give them full credit. It's more of it made its way into esports first.
Got it.
Yeah.
Blind fire coming from the Defenders Fun Gaming. Simp has not connected at all with any of the Fun Gaming tanks and vice versa. Fej is the only tank that's spotted on the field. Snow, the only one that's spotted for Fun Gaming.
Now Dantis is spotted as well. And shots fired from Artie, by the way. Facepalm not connecting. It just lands in some dirt. But they do know where Dantist is. At least that's Scout. They can try and maybe target it or something. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea because he's going to continue going for these scout runs, which Blue Boys might be lining up for that shot. Not able to find it though. And he has to actually pay a lot of attention. If Blue Boys attempts to engage upon the scout as he makes his little runs, he could be exposing himself to cover fire from tanks that they haven't discovered yet. Or he could take fire from Artie. Facepalm firing right now, for example, is not getting any connections I can see. Now, Heavy 20 has been joined by Absolute, and I actually, it's going to be Crimson Corsair and Adroxus as well. So this hit squad, I think the plan will be to go up and over, catch Dantist, nuke him, which the trigger is pulled. Heavy 20 fires does not get the damage on the initial connection, although at the same time, Fej in the northwest does take some damage, distracting Fun Gaming. Could be an opportunity.
Oh, MacG gets hit, 683 in that target fire. But here comes Simp from the south, moving in against Inside and the rest of Fun Gaming. And Adroxus and Absolute Royal are going to head towards the lower ground, while Crimson and Heavy 20 are up top, and Fej goes down.
I am not liking this from Simp. They've put a lot of tanks very deep in. What? Inside kills Dantis. Okay, real quick, Simp has put a lot of tanks deep inside the territory of Fun Gaming. They should be able to deal with this very well in the same way Hammer Time has done much the same in the past. So MacG, Fej, Fej is down, but MacG should go down quickly, and I think they're going to be able to defend this.
Absolute Royal takes a hit from Funny Bunny, who hangs back. Another shot against Absolute. Funny Bunny was pulling those targets towards Inside's tank. MacG finally falls. That's 2 tanks down for Simp. And Absolute Royal is close to falling. Yarick takes a hit, though, and Go PvP is on the surround, but Inside turns the corner.
Yeah, the focus fire, we need to see more of that from Simp for them to take this, because they do have a legitimate chance now. Funny Bunny is that low, although Go PvP is not taking as much damage as he could. There's still a chance, though, for Fun Gaming to make some solid connections and get the kills.
They're making some solid connections, and they take down Heavy 20. Simp is having trouble moving up to the higher ground. Go PvP is still alive as Blue Boys captain moved in to try to destroy him. Missed shot coming from inside. Funny Bunny's very low, and Funny Bunny goes down. Crimson Corsair now pushing up against Inside. Yarick and Snow.
Crimson
Nice
Corsair
shot.
Gets tracked. That's going to slow him down. And with Facepalm on that high ground, he could pop out and just destroy one of these light tanks. They're so low, they have no armor, and their Snow kills Absolute Royal.
It's 2 against 4. Once again in favor of Fun Gaming. Adroxus now going to push forward. And he's trying to get behind Inside. Crimson Corsair and Adroxus get the kill. Yarick misses a shot. Crimson gets the kill. It's now 2 against 2. Facepalm in. That one tank could survive long enough for Fun Gaming to get the kill.
I think Facepalm might be about to have a connecting shell into Adroxus. He might have the angle soon. He's just getting far enough away to the point where the arc could reach him. But Crimson should go down to Snow shortly.
And Snow gets hit by Crimson, and he falls. Adroxus now going to push forward against Snow. Snow is ready for him.
But Adroxus, if he can get the right angle, he could outrun Snow's turret.
Snow fires and misses.
A drift like that at the right time, just going low. But he can't approach. He can't go uphill like this again.
And he missed a shot. 23 seconds left.
That was attempt to recovery. He was just trying to get away from Snow. He realized he was going uphill. You're going to lose your momentum, all of your speed. Huge disadvantage. But now, as he jumps to the other side, where he goes north, he just walks into his cannon.
He's down. And Fun Gaming puts another point on the board. Simp can't close the deal.
Not quite yet. They've got one more battle before we're going to be in a tiebreaker for him.
Well, I think in the tiebreaker, Oh, man, we'll have to check the standings.
I'll check right now. So in
what could happen.
If SIMP comes out of a tiebreaker and they win, they get 33 points, which puts them 1 point behind the Cunninghams. They're still going to San Fran on a bye.
Yes, yes.
And that will give Fun Gaming 20 points, so they will be tied with Arbis, who are currently at 20 points as well. So,
but what if SIMP loses? Either way, SIMP has to either win or lose in the tiebreaker if Fun Gaming wins the next battle. If SIMP wins the next battle, it's game over, SIMP wins. But if SIMP only gets 1 point in a tiebreaker loss and Hammer Time wins the next match, what happens?
Then Hammer Time gets 3 points, they get 32, and they will pass SIMP. If SIMP can't win, if SIMP gets 1 point, then they're tied.
Yeah, if SIMP...
It's tied. And then the head-to-head from Hammer Time SIMP, you get, I believe, SIMP winning. So SIMP would go then on a bye to San Francisco. So the situation in which SIMP does not get their bye is when they lose in the tiebreaker or, actually lose in the tiebreaker.
If they lose in the tiebreaker, they get 1 point, correct?
And, oh, yeah, you're right.
That's 32 points.
Yes.
So then Hammer Time would have tied them. SIMP's going to San Francisco no matter what happens.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Did not realize.
SIMP is going to San Francisco.
I mean, if they hadn't gotten that one more win, though, like if they hadn't gotten the win in Battle 5, if they hadn't managed that, or if they hadn't managed anywhere sooner, one more win for Fun Gaming, and it's that little bit.
But SIMP wants to get the win here because...
Of course.
They will be the #1 team in the end of this season because they've already beaten Cunninghams, and they'll be tied with the Cunninghams. They have one final chance to do it. If not, Fun Gaming will be taking them to the tiebreaker if they're able to win battle number 8. Randall, what do we have for tanks?
Well, we've got 2 1390s, 3 RU-251s, 2 M41 Walker Bulldogs for SIMP on the attack. Mixed lineup, could see good results. Fun Gaming, 2 T32s, a T69, 1390, 2 RU-251s, and the M44 yet again. Now, are they going to go for that same thing? Because I'm pretty sure SIMP knows what's up at this point. Understanding that, well, they hid that artillery piece somewhere.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, we couldn't find it. It was still firing on our tanks. We need to move fast. I would think that the strategy you would go this time is to actually gain ground, grab those positions, and take out that artillery piece while it's being pushed up. Now, you're also depending on, in this situation, that they will put Facepalm in the high ground, but of course they might not. They could have just decided not to in this instance and know that you're going to blitz them. But with the play from Mac and Fedge, they're being aggressive, they're very forward in their controlling positions, and they have support from Blue Boys. They could move up and take out that artillery piece if they're willing to take that risk. It's a bit of a reach, though, you know? I couldn't blame them for not taking it, but I would applaud them in some respects if they did. But I don't know all of the situations where that turns out well and that turns out poorly. It's such a gamble, you know?
Snow is trying to almost hammer Facepalm up to the top of the mountain, but he's not having any real luck yet.
No, it just takes him
shifting.
You know?
He's shimmying back and forth here.
That's how you do it. You just turn a little left, turn a little right, try and get you some traction. No, almost.
Now he's got it.
Okay.
Now he's got it.
If he went too much farther forward and went up that little divot, he might have lost traction and just slid all the way down again, which would have sucked. Because he could have even fallen on one of his allied tanks.
Yeah, or fallen to his side, slid down, took damage. Yarrick took some damage.
That was
earlier in his scout pattern.
Yeah, there was a little bit from, I think that might have been Absolute Royal for 201, and a Droxus for 253. So they went south, covered that approach, and then Yarrick makes a scout run that is not being supported, so he doesn't actually have any backup in case he begins taking fire. Because everyone, of course, was pushing an artillery piece up a mountain.
Fun Gaming has now placed their tanks a little bit higher from that eastern valley, looking for SIMP to approach. Blue Boys captain is up on the hill, looking for a possible target. Mac G is way in the north.
And I like this.
Go PvP takes a hit.
I like this a lot. Mac is all the way up north. Fedge, somewhere closer to the middle. Absolute in another position. They've got complete passive coverage on the positions of Fun Gaming. Wherever they pop their heads up, SIMP knows, and they can respond. They can punish it. And what Fun Gaming doesn't have going for them is they don't have that kind of vision control. They can't continuously keep tanks spotted.
Mac G hit for 290.
It's okay. I think that you could pay for that. Mac's probably in the most exposed position, the most likely to take any fire. Absolute Royal, Fedge, Heavy 20, Brodus can all deal with the situation that they're in. They all have cover they can back up into, so they can hide from the Artie. The Artie being probably one of the more dangerous tanks with such a light lineup. A good connection means half your hit points sometimes. Actually, this could be an attack. Simp could be moving in from the south right now. Droxus, Brodus, Absolute Royal, Heavy 20, all of the RUs moving in. They are spotted though, and that could allow for Fun Gaming to make a response and just stop the southern attack.
Shot close to the inside, who actually crashes into GoPvP, and MacG makes him suffer because of it. Misses a shot though.
He's got kind of a weird angle to try and connect with, so he might be able to connect a few if someone peeks up. Maybe into
look at this. Here's the trigger. Here's the trigger being pulled.
Oh, but Fedge takes 724 hit points on the approach. Artie right to the face. And that's really going to hurt. They needed Fedge to go in, probably one of the M41s to go in first to tank a little more damage. And
there goes Fedge.
Well, he's not going to go in at all now.
But MacG is continuing to hit these tanks from the side. He tracks Snow, hits another shot for Snow. He's weakening these tanks who have now got to move in against Simp on the flat cap. Another great shot from MacG.
And now they can move in the hull down tanks. They can move in GoPP, Funny Bunny, Snow. All of these tanks that are going to go so well in that engagement. But it looks to be a bit of a trigger, a bait, as they're going to go on the low ground and jump right onto Yarrick, one of the more mobile light tanks from Fun Gaming. Take out the fast tanks, then they're going to work on the Meteor, slower T-32s and T-69.
Blue Boys captain was able to take down one of Fun Gaming's tanks, but he gets destroyed by inside. Snow, very low. He's targeted by Simp. Simp is going one by one with the target fire. Inside's going to be pushed in, and he's going to get a nice shot against Brodus. MacG from a distance can't get the shots on inside or even a track shot. Brodus is trying to fall back. Heavy 20 is going to try to body block. He can't get it. Inside gets a beautiful kill. Heavy 20 is still on the run. And Droxus pushes up against Funny Bunny and gets that kill. Heavy 20 is going to be out of this fight. MacG's moving in, tried to stop inside.
And he does.
He's able to get it. But a missed shot coming from Artie, and Heavy 20 is going to back up.
Yeah, but inside might be able to get the killing blow on Heavy 20, but will he be punished for it is the big question. Can Absolute Royal do it? No, Absolute Royal is currently preoccupied with GoPvP. And he's not even loaded yet. Oh, and he runs in the T-69. Oh, this hurts so much to watch. I think he's got some critical damage going on inside of his tank right now. It really hurts. You can't. I think his engine, maybe his driver.
Yeah.
He's not driving very quickly, and he's on reload. GoPvP should have the kill. Or it'll be a ram.
And GoPvP. Well, he missed.
No.
And Absolute Royal gets the kill. A minute left for him to kill two more tanks. One of them, it's going to be impossible for him to reach.
And he doesn't have a kit. He can't even keep up with Inside. Inside can just outrun him. He can't get up the mountain, of course, like you just said.
Yeah.
Facepalm probably won't leave.
Yeah, that's going to take us to the tiebreaker.
Wow.
God, Simp in a tiebreaker against Fun Gaming.
I didn't expect that. If you'd have asked me at the beginning of the season, I'd have said, no, that's unlikely.
And even to have a lead of 3-0.
Oh!
Nice shot by Facepalm, takes on Absolute Royal. Tiebreaker will happen on Cliff between Fun Gaming and Simp. So, again, with the points, Simp is going to be guaranteed to go to San Francisco.
Yeah, but only through the head-to-head.
Only through head-to-head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, only because of head-to-head.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite the kind of scenario you want to go into it. No. You want to go in saying, I made this, I earned the points here, and I didn't tie with anyone. There was no doubt. But with Simp's recent performance, I think that casts a lot of doubt on their ability to perform in the at the finals.
Yeah, this match casts all sorts of doubt for them being the #1 team at the end of the league. It's going to fall to Cunningham's now.
Maybe not even them. We'll have to find out because we have got teams like Fear, I Love Lamp running around. We've got Fun Gaming being able to take a tiebreaker.
At least at the end of the standings.
I mean, standings for regular season, but
when it comes to performance, I think people would put their points on teams besides Simp because of their performance at the end of group play this season.
I mean, but then we can look past group play. I want to look past that into the playoffs these guys are going into because there's a lot they're fighting for to get there. I mean, Simp's good. It's great for Simp. It's great that they're going to have the ability to skip the playoffs. They can take that time to practice and keep some hidden strategies that they can then, of course, bring out at the finals. No one can know what they are. They won't have seen them through the playoffs. It's great. But these teams through playoffs are going to get the experience of fighting each other and honing their skills in that live setting. So they're going to be more prepared in that sense, where Simp is going to have to sit wait and watch. They do have practice partners, but they don't have playoffs. You know, they don't have that intensity.
But they have rest, and they can watch the playoffs, take notes, and adjust accordingly to the two teams that are going to join them, along with the team that will join them, which is the Cunninghams, who they've already defeated. But whatever's not working for SIMP, the hope that they have is to figure it out and fix it. For Fun Gaming, whatever's working right for them, they want to hold on to that. And even though the results of this tiebreaker won't affect overall the standings of either Fun Gaming or SIMP in the end, it's still a measurement that people will remember of how they're going to look at SIMP into the finals in San Francisco. And SIMP is called the timeout, by the way.
Oh, yeah, of course. And also to update you guys on the scores, I Love Lamp versus Timed Out right now, 4-2 in favor of I Love Lamp. No big surprise right there. Well, maybe in that I Love Lamp being so dominant right now is actually given to Timed Out. But we can also make the argument Timed Out has been bringing back some play, which is...
We saw the first tiebreaker of Timed Out versus SIMP 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
that surprised us.
Now they're against I Love Lamp. I Love Lamp beats SIMP, Timed Out. I mean, it's a wonderful little cycle where no one continues to have that dominance that's just sweeping. And I'm starting to really enjoy it because you get to say, well, I Love Lamp beat SIMP. Timed Out took it to SIMP as well. Now you get to see those two play, and you get to see where it all fits in, but then you get to see teams achieve higher. It's not really a situation where you know who's going to win anymore, right?
That's a great sports competition, a great esports competition where it's not predictable.
Yeah, well, the reason it's predictable for us, I think, is because we are so used to the teams and they were very well established, and we were seeing a lot of the same guys return. But after this recent season, we've got a lot of new teams coming in. A lot of people said, you know what, I can do this. Finally, getting through the silver, and it happens every season, but it feels like there's so many more, and there's so much more change this season. Just like a new influx.
Well, the times are definitely changing. 7x54 really added a lot of those changes and really uplifted a lot of the play styles for our different teams, and those that couldn't adjust accordingly will be swept away. As we move into battle number 9, the tiebreaker on Cliff between SIMP and Fun Gaming, tied 4-4. What do we have for tanks?
We have 4 RU-251s, a T-49, and 2 M41 Walker Bulldogs for SIMP. Fun Gaming, 1390, 2 RU-251s, a T-54 lightweight, and a T-49 E25, and an M41 Walker Bulldog. So E25 strat here, which I expect will be directed towards the North Cap. Although it might be met with a nearly equal force, as we've got SIMP heading to the west as well, led by Heavy 20, followed by Absolute, MacG, Adroxus, and Fedge. Only 2, Blue Boys and Brodus, are going to the high ground, and the first shot into MacG, second at Heavy 20, and he's even tracked in the open, absolutely torn apart, trying to get into position.
T-49s are showing their devastating power here, flexing against SIMP, who have taken such damage that they have to move away from the firefight in the east side, or west side of the map, excuse me, and have to head slightly to the east to get up on the hillside and maybe get a couple shots into Fun Gaming. The Fun Gaming was ready for him.
All right, so there's still a bright side. Even though SIMP is down by about 2k hit points, they have the high ground.
They do have the high ground.
It means a little bit there that they have that. And now Go PvP takes 562. That's good. Blue Boys making that connection. If Blue Boys can be allowed to reload as many times as possible, they can bring this back. But Fun Gaming, I think, recognizes this. They know they need to push. They can't afford to wait. They can't afford to have their opponent just wear them down.
More shots fired now into Danis, who pushes up. Inside takes a couple hits. Adroxus is really low. Funny Bunny falls.
Perfect.
And inside
That's exactly what they need. MacG is going to be able to put damage across every single tank from Fun Gaming. Adroxus is going to go down after extending. The rest of SIMP is still holding back in better cover. I think Heavy 20 and Absolute Roy are going to be very important for SIMP to hold this position. If Fun Gaming eliminates them, then I think they take this ground.
Facepalm gets a big shot against Brodus, but he's punished because of it. He's going to fall back with barely any health left. 54 hit points. Snow and Yarick are falling back as well.
Now, Fedge to the north has stayed alive for a while. GoVP and Inside have come for him, but he could take them down. He can, I believe, one-shot GoPvP being at 268 with the right HE shell, and Inside as well. So there's actually an option right now for SIMP to take this. They have a reasonable chance of bringing this back into their favor. They have with the hit points, at least.
Snow gets hit from a distance. MacG from up top looking for another hit against Snow. He gets it. He gets it. He's going to wait for Danis, though, who's looking for the elusive MacG up top. Fej falls. Blue Boys captain from around the corner. That T-49 ready to get a kill. He's going to move in for the run and gun. Sees it. Fires and gets the destruction. Blue Boys captain wanted.
All right,
3
now,
tanks to the north left.
Fun gaming in the low ground. Not a lot of hit points. Not a lot of options. They are going to send, I guess, Go PvP, the tank destroyer with the actual hit points. He has 268, whereas Yarick has 5, and inside is 115. There's not a lot to... You can't afford a bounce. Go PvP will go down if any shell connects with him. That is... Well, I mean, an HE could low roll, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that they're going to fire their heat shells right now. Simp has got it. They just need to close this one out, get the kills, and not make any huge blunders. I mean, you could, but it should be theirs.
Yeah. 20 seconds left for the attackers.
Looks like Yarick has found Mac. Mac's going to try and get the kill. Shots go a little bit high.
Yeah, that one did not connect from Heavy 20.
Yeah, but Heavy 20 is going to be able to connect to the Go PvP.
Nice shot.
It's actually a low roll, 217. And Mac's going to take down Yarick inside, Go PvP.
And gets it.
There we go. One left. It's all inside.
Blue Boys captain. Waiting for it. Easy reloaded, and he gets it, and that's it. Simp wins. Simp wins, and Simp will be going to San Francisco in the Auto C, the Auto Berth, if you will. Congratulations to them, but on a bit of a low note, having to get it through a tiebreaker victory.
Well, they've gotten the 2 points. Simp now at 33 is going to be... Actually, I think they're going to be in 1 point behind the Cunninghams, but they aren't going to have to worry about a tie with Hammer Time.
Nope.
Hammer Time being... with 3 points being at 32. So they won't have to worry about that. They've solidified their position. It's not shared at all. They don't have to do a head-to-head. They've got it.
All right. All right. We have Laps standing by, who I'm sure is wiping away the sweat right now after that series. Laps, you're going to San Francisco with your team. How do you feel?
Can I come out now? I don't have any fingernails left.
It's okay. That was probably about as close as you guys could have allowed it to be. What's going on with Simp right now? What are you guys feeling like?
The hills were alive with the sounds of comms. That was there was a lot of energy going on there and a little bit of kind of a bar fight in TeamSpeak, but they pulled it out. They were able to concentrate there, and I don't know, just any one of those games just tilting a little bit would have been more, but I actually lost track of the question you asked me.
Okay, so let's actually...
That pretty much answered it in a sense. But right now, Laps, what does Simp plan to do during the playoff times before we see you in San Francisco? What type of practice regimen? Are you going to watch the playoffs? What are your plans?
Well, I'm sure Heavy 20, as along with the Droxes and a couple of the other guys that really dig into the strategy, are going to be watching what the other guys do during the playoffs. That'll kind of set the field. It's nice not to have to worry about next week, the playoffs now, and instead be able to observe them. So, that's kind of on the table, but there's certainly no rest.
No rest indeed. What would you like to say to your fans, Laps, before we see you in Folsom Street Foundry?
Well, I saw a lot of you guys in the various seasons, seasons 3, seasons 4, and then the 1 and 2 in Vegas. Looking forward to meeting you guys in person. Folsom Foundry is an amazing place. I've really enjoyed the time I was down there, and I'm looking forward to this event. It's going to be spectacular. So hope to see you all there, and thanks for following.
All right. Congratulations, Laps. Congratulations to your team. We'll see you in San Fran. Now, that event's happening at the Folsom Street Foundry March 15th. It's in downtown San Francisco. We welcome anybody that wants to join us. You can get more information on our social media pages, on Facebook as well. But we always have a blast at the finals event. Huge crowds. Watch us online. We have crowds that have a lot of fun in person, so you definitely want to make it out if you can.
Of course, and don't forget, little tips from our experience. Bring an umbrella. Bring a jacket. It rains.
Yeah. And that's it. And then you're going to have fun.
Yeah, it's
Everything
great.
else, you're going to have fun.